Fortune 100 company. The 30+9 plan provides safety, security, and peace of mind. It's something everyone should take a look at. For free information, call or text to 888-411-4130 or click this video to learn more.
Now, the F-15E Strike Eagle that they were flying is an air-to-ground fighter capable of carrying heavy loads.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. President Trump would not talk about the search, but when NBC News asked if it would impact negotiations with Iran, he said, quote, "No, not at all. No, it's a war," unquote. An early morning fire at a Chevy Chase home takes the life of a woman who had initially escaped, but then went back in to try to save her cat.
About 5:45 this morning, we were notified by a delivery truck driver there was smoke coming from a house from the garage of a single-family house on Marydale.
That's not far from Western Avenue in the district line. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue spokesman Pete Pieringer.
Firefighters did locate an adult in the house, so we're able to remove that person. Unfortunately, that person did not survive, although best efforts of paramedics on the scene.
One other person was taken to the hospital. Others were treated on the scene. 75 firefighters responded to the incident. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
No word yet on the cause. If you don't want your Pepco bill to spike even higher, you can tell the Maryland Public Service Commission at public hearings this month.
Pepco is asking for a rate increase that would raise the average customer's bill by $11.73 a month. Many Pepco customers already are upset by sharply higher rates. Some monthly bills have jumped hundreds of dollars, and this week the Prince George's County Council voted unanimously to ask the state to investigate why it's happening. Pepco told 7 News it knows how stressful higher rates are, and it blames them on increases in what it pays for power. Pepco doesn't operate its own power plants. Matt Coates on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Residents in our region aren't the only ones fighting energy-sucking data centers. The Ohio Ballot Board gave petitioners permission to start collecting signatures to put a constitutional amendment on November's ballot to ban data center construction.
Austin Barrichter, an attorney and co-author of the petition.
It's the most impactful way for us human beings to govern the future of our state and our destiny in the state.
Ohio already has over 200 data centers with plans for rapid expansion from major players, including Amazon, Meta, and Google, driven by AI demand. Supporters of the plans want those jobs and opportunity to stay in Ohio. Jeff Monasto, Fox News.
Traffic and Mother next.
Morning, people, wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast, people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Morning, people, wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast, people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan built around you. Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next. At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life. Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine. Not algorithms, not generic reports, but real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals. Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics, but what truly matters is what comes next. We interpret the results, connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led personalized plan you can act on with confidence. Because information alone doesn't change outcomes. At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test. It begins there. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Here's Carlos Ramirez in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Delays not as dramatic as they were even about 20 minutes ago, but you still have a steady flow of volume out over the Beltway. You're slow going from 355 down towards the American Legion Bridge. In over the Beltway, crowded from the Dulles Toll Road towards the Legion Bridge as well, but at least you're moving now. Southeast-Southwest Freeway still looking very rough from about the 11th Street Bridge over into Virginia. You're slow going on the 3rd Street Tunnel. You're slow on New York Avenue. DC 295 is still messy, headed towards 50, and I-95 southbound slow in the usual spot towards 123. Now from GarageDoorThird.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
I ordered takeout, teriyaki chicken tenders, French fries.
Tomorrow, a passing shower in the afternoon, sunshine and clouds, 87, and scattered showers likely Sunday at 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicom, WMAL.
Right now in Washington, 79 degrees. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Mark Levin here. Our number 877-381-3811. Hell, 877-381-3811. As you know, a down fighter jet. We have here, I just want to update you, there's nothing new over the last few hours. Down the U.S. fighter jet, there's a search for one of the crew members. One of the other crew members has already been found, successfully rescued. It's in a fairly desolate area. It happened at night. It is now about 1 a.m. and change in Iran. The feeling is that they will find him. The U.S. intelligence and satellites and everything we have is looking for him, as are the Israelis. So there's that. And if we have any new information, I'll let you know. In hour 3, we're going to have our friend Alan West on the program to talk to us about this. As you know, he's a hardened combat veteran. And we will talk to him. He's also a great guy. So there's that. And then over at Mediaite, one of the most disreputable sites, and yet there is an interview there that they point out. Garrett Hack, very nice, reported NBC News Live blog this afternoon in a brief phone interview. President Trump refused to discuss the specifics of ongoing search and rescue efforts in Iran after an American jet was down. Well, what did he expect, the idiot? What did he expect? But he expressed frustration about some of the coverage of what is plainly an intense and sensitive military operation. Asked if today's events will affect any negotiations with Iran, the president said it would not. No, not at all. No, it's war. We're in a war, Garrett. The president really does have his head screwed on right. You know, he really does. And you look at Iraq, all the planes that went down and so forth. That's not to diminish this. It's just to put some context into this. And context is important. Now, everything is on the move to try and find this crew member. And I feel they're going to find him, and hopefully alive and well. I think they're going to find it before the Iranians. It's not in a populated area and so forth. And what I've been watching and hearing is what they basically will do is figure out the radius in which he's likely to be and then protect that radius from the Iranians and others. With gunships, with helicopters, with whatever's needed. With whatever's needed. The president also posted to Truth Social as the search continued for the American pilot who ejected more than 15 hours ago. Keep the oil, anyone? Trump's second truth post of the day. And he's been pressuring countries that rely on the Strait of Hormuz for the majority of their oil to retake the strait from Iran, which has been blocking shipments with mines and missile strikes. And I don't know why they don't, other than half of them have so slashed their defense budgets, they don't have much of a navy, I guess. And so that's where we stand. And we are monitoring the wire services. And if something changes, you will be the first to know. As in any news breaking evening when I'm on the air, we monitor our news wires that are out there, several of them. If there's any change, you will be the first to know. That's the situation right now. And it will change eventually, that's for sure. Now, let me get this also. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Are the phones working today, Rich? Okay, well, we have that going for us. Let's see here. Whoa, that's weird. You know, we're taking a lot of outside hits on our equipment. I'm taking it on my laptop. I'm taking it on everything else. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes me wonder anyway. Hold on one second. They seem to be one of the number one enemies of the enemy. Okay, here we are. Okay. White House seeks $1.5 trillion for defense in the new budget request. We're touching on Iran. I figured I'd mention this. Something I support strongly. The request, which arrived as part of President Trump's new budget, would amount to roughly a 40% increase from what the United States spent on the Pentagon this fiscal year. Now, what they don't tell you is the percentage of the GDP. It would be about what Reagan spent. It would be about what Reagan spent to rebuild our military. So when they say, wow, look at that, it's a 40% increase, it may be 40, it could be 33, it could be 41, I don't know. But that's what's going on. The administration coupled the proposal with a call for $73 billion in cuts spread across many domestic agencies. Good. And then they put out ones that they hope will annoy people. Of course, the Democrats are defunding TSA. The president stepped in to fix that. But that doesn't bother the New York Slimes too much. The idea is some to a fiscal blueprint that could add trillions of dollars to the brimming federal debt. Now, do they ever mention that when they talk about Obamacare or massive new spending for some massive wave of illegal immigrants? Do they ever care about the brimming federal debt? Of course not. So the number one responsibility of our government is to keep us safe and secure. States can't do that. Cities can't do that. We can't do that as individuals. That is the number one responsibility of the federal government, period. Number one. And so we rely on them to do it. And you can see we need shipbuilding. We're so behind on ships, it's not even funny. And we need people who are skilled in that, and we're trying to do all that, and Trump's trying to do all the right things associated with that. Very, very important. We need ship. We don't even have much of a commercial shipbuilding industry anymore. That's really shocking when you consider we have an Atlantic Ocean and a Pacific Ocean off each coast, right? That some of these other countries, particularly China, have a massive navy, and they're building it up massively even more. So it's a big deal. Mr. Trump, they say, urged Congress to approve most of his new defense money, more than $1.1 trillion, to enact the remaining $350 billion using the same special legislative tactic that allowed Republicans to clinch their tax cuts in 2025. Such a move could also enable GOP leaders to boost funding for the president's mass deportations despite Democrats' objections. So if you really want to know what the Democrats are thinking, you read the New York Times, you read Politico, you read Axios, you read all this crap. But I just wanted to point out, I think the president's doing the right thing. We need to do this. And we also need to cut other parts of the budget significantly. Significantly. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
You know, folks, I've been working with Pure Talk for 6 years now. Boy, time flies. I wanted to work with a wireless company that shares my values. Pure Talk is a veteran-led company, so helping veterans is their North Star. Now, they've donated over $500,000 to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization that is on the front lines of helping to prevent veteran suicide. And Pure Talk's creating American jobs with a U.S.-only workforce. Sure to be a lot cheaper to send jobs overseas like other companies do, but they're committed to delivering the best experience possible for their customers here in the United States. And yes, I love Pure Talk's service. They give you the same towers, same network, same 5G coverage as one of the big guys, but for a fraction of the price. And I choose to do business with a company that shares my values, your value, helping support veterans every single day and creating American jobs. How about you? Now, pound 250. And say Mark Levin to switch to Pure Talk. That's pound 250, pound 250. Say Mark Levin to switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Dealing with volume delays on the Southeast Southwest Freeway, especially westbound, you're slow from about the 11th Street Bridge all the way into Virginia. DC 295 southbound on the brakes from 50 all the way down towards the 11th Street Bridge. Outer loop of the Beltway, suspiciously slow headed towards the VW Parkway. No proof of any crashes just yet, but that delay is suspicious. Inner loop of the Beltway's got a crash as we make way over towards Colesville Road. Looks like the far right side of the road was affected with delays back towards 355. Be ready for it. Now from GarageDoorBear.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, some clouds, lows around 64. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, a fast afternoon shower, highs in the upper 80s.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Support is available 24/7 with VerboCare. We're here day or night, ready whenever you need help. Because a great trip starts with the right support.
Millionaire for Life from the New York Lottery pays up to $1 million a year for life. As long as you keep living, they keep paying. And they say people who walk faster tend to live longer. So if you're on a walk, pick up the pace. That's it. Faster. Come on. Swing those arms. Walk with purpose. Let's go. A potential millionaire for life is walking here. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Family problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You know, folks, Americans rely on credit cards for secure payments and seamless transactions. But consumers stand to lose it all with the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandate bill. Big government mandates favor corporate megastores and allow them to choose how your credit card is processed. They might end up using untested payment networks that could jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Visit guardyourcard.com to learn more. That's guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
WMAL, making sense of the forecast, because you never know what Mother Nature has in store. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free. Radio.
We have Marlon Stutzman, Republican of Indiana, on CNN today. Let's listen to what he has to say. I believe we supported him once for the Senate, didn't we? Or the House must do this, or years ago? Cut two, go.
All kinds of watchdogs say Iran's got about 400 kilograms of enriched uranium, nuclear material buried in Isfahan. It's still there. It was there before the war began. It's there now. And last night, the president said, I think the plan is to watch it by satellite. Do you think that that is satisfactory? Does that satisfy you? If the United States ends this war and there's still 400 kilograms of enriched nuclear material in Isfahan, is that a win?
Not as long as this regime is still in power. I mean, we should never trust this regime. This has been going on for 40 years. And if the IRGC and the Ayatollah are still in power in Iran, it will always be a problem, because these guys they're true believers that if you don't agree with them and their religious beliefs, that they are going to either eliminate the person, or they're going to get a nuclear bomb in order to leverage the rest of the world. And so I think that there has to be a regime change here. I am not afraid to say it, because we know that this regime has been. Yes.
And let me just say right now, I agree with this congressman. They got to go. They got to go. Go ahead.
Regime change, does that mean you don't think there has been? Because the president said last night there was regime change.
Well, and again,
I wish these reporters would stop playing gotcha and get serious. Okay, the president said that. You're talking to a member of the House. Why does he want regime change? You don't pursue it. What does he mean by regime change? You don't pursue it. How would he pursue regime change? You don't ask him. Instead, it is endless gotcha, which is why CNN sucks. It's why all the media suck. Go ahead.
I do, and who he's talking to, and how he is, negotiating with the people in Iran. So if he is comfortable with a new person that's taking power, then that is a new leadership in Iran. And I think that that's what's important. We can't let the old guys stay in power. We have to let the Iranian people have their country back. It also creates an ally in the Middle East. It brings stability to the Middle East. Watching the Gulf states stepping up through this conflict is really remarkable. This wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. And to have Qatar and Saudi Arabia, Israel, all working for the same goal here to take off the head of the snake is truly remarkable. And I think that's what I mean when I say there's got to be somebody new.
It's exactly right. Now, I first brought up this issue publicly of the enriched uranium that is used for nuclear bombs. 60% and 90%, that it's buried deep under the ground, that our bombers have softened it up and so forth and so on, but it's still there. And I surmised that that's why the president, in part, in addition to the Straits, is sending and talking about special ops and the 82nd Airborne. And the special ops in particular, they are trained to do this sort of thing, even though it's complicated and so they've been training for decades to do this sort of thing. Nobody, again, diminishes the complications involved, but then on the other hand, that's one of the things the military practices to do, trains to do. I brought it up, pointed out what I thought was something important, and then we get Mark Levin says we should send troops into Iran to get the enriched nuclear material. And maybe we should. We're not talking about sending in massive numbers of infantry. Maybe we should. Or maybe they have to go into these places to destroy the uranium or extract it. And maybe we should. But I don't know. But why would we take it off the table? That's what I don't get. Why would we take it off the table? And I should be worried to bring it up because of the word warmonger? They called Harry Truman a warmonger when he dropped 2 atomic bombs. They called, more than him, Theodore Roosevelt a warmonger. They called Woodrow Wilson, because of World War I, a warmonger. They called FDR a warmonger. Truman a warmonger. Johnson a warmonger. Nixon a warmonger. The Bushes were warmongers, they said. Reagan was a warmonger. And now Donald Trump, you see, is a warmonger. No rational distinctions or discernment between different situations. This is why I always talk about prudence over ideology. You got to look at the facts. You got to look at the situation. They're unique in each case. And so everything is not Afghanistan. Everything is not Vietnam. Everything's not Iraq. Everything's not World War II. Everything's not, the Civil War. Some things are different. A lot of things are different. This case is different. It's not a forever war, and it's not going to be a forever war. President is not a warmonger. And I'm sick of these comedian podcasters and these broadcasters who've done nothing but been broadcasters who've done nothing and contributed nothing, telling us like they're leftists, like they're part of the Marxist Islamist coalition. No, we can't do this and we can't do that and we shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do that. It's really quite preposterous. So we should take everything off the table, everything, and just leave it to the Iranians to decide. Now that is suicide. That is suicide. And we've got to do what's right for us, for our children and our grandchildren. That's what we need to do. This guy, Chris Van Hollen, is a liar. He's a psycho. Absolute psycho. He's in the media all the time pushing his pablum. The Democrats have no rational way to stop the Iranians. They've appeased them. They have funded them. They gave them a deal where they'd actually get nuclear weapons in 10 to 15 years. They'd have them right now. For the Iranians, it wasn't fast enough, so they violated that deal. Then we have Biden that lifted sanctions, so they got $180 billion to help build up their war machine. So they have no earthly idea on how to deal with this, any of it. Quite the opposite. And so everything Trump does, every way Trump does it, whenever Trump does it, is not only a blunder, they say, it's an impeachable offense. And I've about had it up to here. I'm sick and tired of it. We got this one reprobate, Ro Khanna, on MS Now yesterday, talking about how they're going to impeach the president as soon as they take the House. I'll be right back.
A Social Security update. 70 million Americans collect Social Security benefits today, and millions more will join soon. Now, a new study finds 70% of Americans don't get the full benefits they deserve. But recipients can use simple strategies to boost Social Security benefits by as much as $188,000 over a lifetime. Social Security expert Michael Allen says it's true and reveals 5 key strategies to increase your benefits. It's all in his free special report from Newsmax. Newsmax calls the report your best guide for bigger Social Security benefits. Whether you're getting benefits or soon will, you need this Social Security report from Newsmax. Get it free. Call 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. We'll text it to you right away, along with President Trump's act cutting your Social Security taxes. Call now, 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. Text and data rates may apply.
If you're among the 40
America, look around. Everywhere you...
the National Headache Foundation wants you to know the 7 healthy habits of headache sufferers.
Simple steps like proper diet, sleep routines, and stress reduction techniques, which can help reduce headache risk and in turn allow you to live life more fully. To learn more about the 7 healthy habits, visit the National Headache Foundation online at headaches.org or call 888-NHF-5552. A public service from the National Headache Foundation.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. D.C. police are hoping earlier teen curfews in 5 neighborhoods this weekend will prevent a repeat of a violent teen takeover in Navy Yard 3 weeks ago tomorrow. On March 14th, about 200 teens converged on Navy Yard, leading to assaults, arrests, and robberies. An 8 p.m. teen curfew goes into effect there tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, along with Chinatown, the Waterfront, U Street Corridor, and Banneker. The new teen curfew zones were set up days after the D.C. Council postponed a vote on extending the emergency legislation allowing them. Pope Leo XIV commemorating Good Friday with the Way of the Cross procession.
Con l'antica benedizione biblica.
And for the first time in decades, the Pope is taking up the wooden cross himself through all 14 stations of the Colosseum in Rome, mirroring Jesus' cross-bearing journey in Jerusalem on the day of his death. Traffic and weather next.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just 1 day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
Hi, I'm Rich Robertson with the CES IT Service Tech Tip. Have you ever wondered why your office phones fade in and out or drop off to silence? Does the other person keep asking you to repeat yourself, or the voice become choppy? It could be your internet service is too slow, but most likely it's your company network. Is your phone plugged directly into your computer? Your IT guy should have warned you about that. Is your phone traffic sharing the same network as your data traffic? Your phone guy is going to tell you not to do that. He's making a sale. There are many other reasons why you could experience poor phone call quality. Either way, CES IT Service can resolve your voice over IP issues.
Don't let VoIP issues tarnish your image. Contact Rich today at 301-620-1580 or visit CESITservice.com to schedule a quick meeting. Call 301-620-1580 or visit CESITservice.com.
WMAL, making sense of the roads, because traffic doesn't always follow the pattern. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Great again. Dial in now. 877-381-3811.
Look, the Democrats are telling us repeatedly that if they win the House, they will impeach the president and conduct a reign of terror against all who work for him and all who have worked for him, and do everything possible to cripple his presidency. So what are we going to do about that? And how are we going to be prepared to confront this? How are we going to prepare, Mr. Producer, no D on there, how are we going to prepare to confront this? I don't expect on-the-spot immediate answers, but I do think we should roll over. We should not, Mr. Producer. I do think we should not roll over and play dead as they burn down the country either. I'm just correcting some of the things I wrote for Mr. Producer there. Sorry about that, Rich, but we should not. And so I'm going to start talking about this more and more. I'm going to start talking about this on Liberty's Voice to get into some specifics that I may not be able to actually get into here on our video podcast. And we'll certainly do it online as well. But we don't have to roll over and play dead for these Democrats as they try and destroy the Trump presidency. He was elected president of the United States for 4 years, not until they win back, quote unquote, the House of Representatives. History's on their side, no question. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but we need to be prepared in case it does happen. As they're running around making threats. Here's an example. Roy, the con man, Kahana, on MS Now yesterday. This guy's getting increasingly radicalized. He represents part of Silicon Valley. He went to the same law school I did in Temple University in North Philadelphia. He contacted us when he first got elected. He wanted to come on. He was pretending to be a moderate, but he wasn't a moderate. He's a liar. And now, of course, he's not on. Cut one, go.
If Democrats win the House and possibly the Senate in November, there's a better than even chance Donald Trump gets impeached again.
Absolutely. He should be impeached now. I mean, he's taken us into a disastrous war, threatening war crimes in Iran in terms of knocking out plants and knocking out electricity.
First of all, I don't know if this guy's first or second generation, but he's a moron. He's an ignoramus. Knocking out power plants, knocking out electricity. We're not carpet bombing and just bombing everything and anything, which is what we've done in other wars, quite frankly. We're not using Agent Orange. We're not burning down cities. We're not dropping nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs. We're not doing any of that stuff, which we've done in the past. We're trying to prevent that. We're trying to prevent that from the other side. So he says here, he talks about disastrous wars, threatening war crimes, knocking out people's plants and knocking out electricity. This guy is a thug. He's a complete jackass. And they have plans already. He can't keep his mouth shut, but he's made it clear they're going to try and impeach the president if they take over the House. And if they have a one-vote majority, that's what they'll do. Because they've destroyed the whole notion of the impeachment clause in the House and in the Senate, both. Notice Mayorkas is okay. They blocked that in the Senate. They didn't even have a trial. They called it a summary judgment, which is not in the Constitution. They'll do anything. They'll do anything. I despise the Democrat Party of today. Despise it. And punks like this. Go ahead.
And the Democrats will impeach him once we take back the House, and should impeach him for all the things he's done. And depending on the Senate, he may face conviction if we get to 60, especially if his numbers keep going down.
If his numbers keep going down, the polls. And that's the basis for impeachment, of course, that and 1,000 other things. High crimes and misdemeanors. Just because you disagree with the president on the issue of war. Just because you don't have the votes to stop it. That is the power of the purse. Just because you scream violations, of which there have been none, of the Constitution or even the War Powers Act, which is unconstitutional, you don't impeach a president for that. Was Lyndon Johnson impeached over that? No, not at all. Was Nixon? No. Was John Kennedy? No. Was Truman impeached for the 2 atomic bomb? No. And I can go on and on.
This guy, Ro Kahana. I don't know if he's American citizen or not. I hear he is. Otherwise, he couldn't be a House member. But he doesn't act like it. He acts like a mouthpiece for the enemy. He acts like a mouthpiece for the Islamists. He acts like a mouthpiece for Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Muslim Brotherhood, CARE, Iran. That's right, I said it. And maybe his sorry ass should be expelled from the House of Representatives. And of course, the enemy loves jerks like this. They use the comments of jerks like this to spread their propaganda as he gives aid and comfort to the enemy. That's right, gives aid and comfort to the enemy. Then there's Van Hollen in the Senate. Van Hollen in the Senate. What a POS this guy is. Cut 4, go.
They're nowhere near any kind of ballistic missile that can reach the United States. So this was all.
Yeah, so let's wait around until they are, huh? That's a great idea. Let's wait around until they're very powerful, that they have ballistic missiles that can reach the United States. How we know, I don't know. They have one that could go 2,000 miles, and we didn't know about that. But don't worry. Van Hollen says we got to wait. Even though they tell us what they want to do with their ballistic missiles, even though they tell us they want to put nuclear warheads on their ballistic missiles, Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, Democrat, says we should wait. Wait for what? Wait for what? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? And notice how cold-blooded these bastards are. They don't care. 50,000 Iranian people slaughtered in 2 or 3 days. That they're young people. They could give a damn. Instead, they're trashing Israel while they're promoting policies that protect Iran. That's the new Democrat Party, America. Stands with Iran, stands against Israel, but more than anything else, stands against the United States. We should wait, according to this genius senator. And what if he's wrong? What if he's wrong? What if this bum is wrong? Oh, well, we'll do an after-action report, but nobody will be around. Nobody. We're surrounded by munchkins. We're surrounded by appeasers, by people who hate our country. They would rather hate our country and see it attacked than Donald Trump be a victor as commander-in-chief. Go ahead.
By the President of the United States to try to justify his actions while Americans are here hurting here at home. We've lost 13 of our service members, hundreds wounded.
Oh, this is a guy. Did he open his big fat mouth when we lost 13 of our service members with Joe Biden surrendering in Afghanistan? Did he? Did he? I don't remember it. Did he go on every damn TV show? Did he? Complaining about how Biden did that? Not a word. Not a word. Nothing. Now he's the defender of the military, especially those we've lost. Did he say anything when Biden looked at his watch and got tired? When that plane came to Delaware, to Dover, Delaware, with the caskets? Nothing. He didn't say anything. But if we're going to talk about people dying, what has he done about the people who were killed in Baltimore? What is this piece of you-know-what done about the people who are killed in Baltimore every single weekend? What has he done about that? Not a damn thing. Nothing. But he says he's worried about casualties. These are demagogues. They are the worst of the worst. They are the lowest of the low. We've reached a point in America, we've reached a point that we've never reached before with this party opposite, the Democrat Party. The scum of the earth. We're going to impeach the commander-in-chief. Are they going to impeach him in the middle of a war? They would if they could. What do these people stand for? What have they done that's good for the country? Name one thing. Bring in tens of millions of illegal aliens? Many of whom are killers and rapists and pedophiles and God knows what else, taking people's jobs, taking up their apartment space. Is that a good idea? trying to prevent ICE from deporting them? Is that a good idea? Shutting down our airports and TSA? Is that a good idea? What the hell good are these people? What are they doing to make the nation a better nation? What are they doing for the middle class? You, Mr. and Mrs. America. How have they improved your lives? Before Trump came in, remember, Trump's only been in office 14 months in his second term. They drove up prices everywhere. They spent money like drunken Marxists. They created huge inflation that we're still trying to recover from. They pushed out billions of dollars to left-wing front groups, overseas to left-wing front groups, pissing away our money left and right. What did they do? And they've promised that they're going to raise taxes on you. Like this Spassberger, the governor of Virginia, who's destroying the Commonwealth of Virginia, one governor, who lied her way into office, claiming to be a moderate because she worked at the CIA. Now it looks like she worked at the KGB. Taxes everywhere, 52 new taxes on hardworking Virginians. 11 congressional seats. The Supreme Court of Virginia in 2021 created the congressional map. Now they have a vote taking place right now with Obama running ads. Vote yes. Vote yes. So we have real integrity in our voting system, they claim. And if they get what they want, there'll be 10 Democrats and 1 Republican. See, they don't care if the franchise is lost if you're Republican. It's okay. They want felons to have it who are still in prison. Remember Bernie Sanders was asked the question, you would allow somebody who's a mass murderer, who's on death row to vote? Yes, I would. I definitely would. It's the billionaires, not the mass murderer. But billionaires. So in Pennsylvania, in Virginia, they're letting felons vote. The Republicans will be disenfranchised. Oh, that's okay. Only certain people can't be disenfranchised. Wait a minute. Shouldn't there be equality across the board? No, of course not. Then they're going to change the Supreme Court and pack it like a Politburo. Even the Democrats in the 30s, when FDR tried that, they're the ones who rose up and stopped them because they controlled Congress. Not today. They're all in. Change the Supreme Court, change the Electoral College, change the congressional districts, change the voting system. Oh, yeah. Add 4 more Democrat senators out of D.C. and Puerto Rico. They got it all figured out, America. They've got it all figured out. And impeach anybody who's a Republican who's ever president. That's it. Every Republican president has had to face something like this, but not like Trump. In case of Trump, it's just overwhelming what they try to do. This is a war on you. I wrote the book, The Democrat Party Hates America. Oh, why would you say such a thing? Why would you write a book like that? It's the longest book I've ever written. I could have written it twice as long. The Democrat Party hates America. How could you say that? Chapter and verse, baby. Right from its very founding up to today. I'm not encouraging you to buy it. No, it's an older book of mine, but the Democrat Party hates America. And it's demonstrating every single time that it hates America. But of course, it wraps it in. We're doing this for the people. We're screwing up the airlines and the lines for security for the people. Don't you know? We're bringing in foreigners by the tens of millions, including would-be terrorists and murderers and the rest, for the people. We're driving up costs, oh yes, with massive inflation to reward all of our Democrat left-wing kook friends for the people. And then they have the you-know-whats, the cojones. What about affordability, they ask? Affordability? I'll be right back.
Mark Lopin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I've looked at the Beltway dealing with that crash near the BW Parkway. Looks like the left shoulder is still blocked with delays back towards 50. Southbound DC 295 on the brakes from 50 all the way down towards the 11th Street Bridge. Southeast Southwest Freeway still slow from South Capitol Street over into Virginia. Inner loop is crowded towards Colesville Road, and the outer loop is now dealing with a broken down car. It's going to be right before you get over towards River Road, so be careful there. Inner loop of the Beltway running nicely. Looks like those delays are pretty much wrapped up, headed towards the Legion Bridge. Southbound 95 slow towards 123. Now for GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, some clouds, lows around 64. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with passing afternoon shower, highs in the upper 80s.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
The winter models don't miss in the DMV. Snow, sleet, and ice are here to stay. It's Vince. Do you need a new roof? Trust Valor, where they believe a roof is not just protection, it's peace of mind. That's why right now, Valor is offering 50% off materials, plus no interest until 2027, making it easier than ever to protect what matters most. And great news, Valor is now expanding with a brand new Northern Virginia office, delivering even faster, trusted service. But what truly defines Valor is Operation Raise the Roof, giving back to those who serve. Recently, Valor provided a brand new roof for Air Force veteran Sergeant Mason Mankey, ending years of stress and worry for his family and friends. If you need a new roof, honor, respect, and trust your home to Valor. Tell them Vince sent you. Call 833-83-VALOR or visit valorhome.com.
Trust your home to Valor.
Supporting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR.
They say higher education is outdated, irrelevant. We say don't settle for the status quo.
At Grand Canyon University, we shatter it.
We lead with a pioneering spirit in classrooms that are incubators for bold ideas.
GCU empowers learners of every generation, on campus, online, and hybrid learning environments.
This is purpose-driven education. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
WMAL, making sense of social media, because big tech can't be trusted. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit here quietly while these thugs attempt to destroy our country. I'm not going to sit here quietly while these thugs attempt to destroy the Trump presidency and all that's been gained. I'm not going to sit here quietly while the Democrat Party that has already been destroying our nation with open borders, refusal to deport, the importation of dangerous Islamists, the destruction of our currency, the attack on the private sector, the Mandamis of the world, the Talibs of the world. No. We will rally here. We will have our national town hall meetings here. We will confront this.
I told you I'm mission oriented. I have been every single second I've been behind this microphone. I am an activist for our country. I've been since I've been a teenager. And I'll be damned if it's going to stop now. And let the woke right, neo-fascist, isolationist,
that one didn't go through, fuckers.
Anti-American, anti-Christian, anti-Semites try as they might to stop me. It's not going to work. I've exposed every damn one of them for who they are and what they are. Every one of them. I will not be intimidated. I can't be intimidated. I can be threatened. And I actively am being threatened. But that's not going to work either. And I'm not going to get into it. That's not going to work either. None of it's going to work. None of it. We are here together. We stand shoulder to shoulder. You, me, Mr. and Mrs. America. We're not giving up this country. We're not giving up our faiths. We're not giving up our values and beliefs to anybody. I don't care how many elections they win. A meaningful season is here. Millions of families. Time to reflect on resilience, renewal, and the journey from hardship to hope. Easter this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to wish all my Christian friends a wonderful, happy, blessed Easter. And for those who've been observing Passover and will be observing Easter, it's a moment to gather, to remember where we've come from and to look toward brighter days. But this year, many in the Holy Land will mark the season under the strain of conflict, air raid sirens, families racing to shelters, elderly men and women unsure where to go, the disabled stuck. Daily life has become tense and unpredictable. Parents do their best to comfort their children through nights filled with uncertainty. That's why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, with Christians and Jews standing shoulder to shoulder. They're on the ground in the middle of all this, delivering food, emergency aid, supporting bomb shelter readiness, and caring for vulnerable citizens, including Holocaust survivors. But they can't do it without you. It's impossible. And in a season centered on hope and renewal, your support, your tax-deductible gift to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews can make a real difference right now. Right now. So to rush your gift, please call 844-866-IFCJ, 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 or online at levinforthefellowship.org. That's Levin for thefellowship.org. I've only just begun. We'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the new.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wreck. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. Iran downs a second U.S. Air Force combat aircraft. The pilot of the single-seat attack jet was able to make it out of Iranian territory before escaping the plane. This as the search continues for the second person on board an F-15E that Iran shot down over the southwestern part of its country. The other crew member was rescued. Fox's Jennifer Griffin.
We have confirmed that there was enemy fire during that search and rescue mission after the downing of the F-15E Strike Eagle fighter jet. One crew member has been rescued. The second, there's still a search underway for that second crew member. It is now dark in Iran. We understand that the F-15E was shot down late Thursday night. So it was dark at the time, and it was still early hours of Friday morning before sun had risen in Iran.
President Trump declined to discuss the search effort with NBC News. When asked if it would impact negotiations with Iran, he said, quote, "No, not at all. No, it's a war," unquote. A woman is dead after going back inside a burning Chevy Chase home to try to save her cat.
One person has been transported to the hospital with stroke inhalation. Again, another, unfortunately, was unable to survive despite the best efforts of paramedics on the scene.
Montgomery County Fire and Rescue spokesman Pete Pieringer. The blaze was discovered just before 6 a.m. by a delivery driver on the 4700 block of Maryvale Road, not far from River Road and Western Avenue.
Fire showing heavy smoke conditions. Initially, there were reports of people in the house. Still, as fire units were responding, firefighters arrived on the scene.
Several other people were treated at the site of the incident. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
No word yet on cause. A fifth arrest is made today in a cold case homicide in D.C. Today's arrest of Naquan Odom on first-degree felony murder charges comes after two other arrests yesterday. 5 people are now charged with murder in connection with the 2023 disappearance of then 25-year-old China Crawford. Her body's never been found, but charging documents say she was kidnapped and fatally shot on October 24th, 2023, a day after she disappeared from South Capitol Street, Southwest. A second man's charged with the gruesome murder of 40-year-old Syed Hussein, whose body was found bound in his burning D.C. apartment in February.
Alfonso Walker has now been named as the second assailant. Rico Barnes was identified earlier. Firefighters found Hussein's tied-up body following reports of smoke coming from the Rhode Island Avenue apartment in the early morning hours. Investigators say security footage showed Hussein returning home and interacting with 2 men at the building entrance. Interim D.C. Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll.
We have no indication there was any relationship or any knowledge of them before this, so it appears they just picked him as he was walking back home.
Items apparently stolen from Hussein's apartment were later recovered in a different neighborhood. Matt Coates on WMAL and WMAL.com.
D.C. police said an earlier 8 p.m. teen curfew starting tonight in Navy Yard, Chinatown, the Waterfront, U Street Corridor, and Banneker in the hopes of preventing another violent teen takeover. Last month, more than 200 teens converged on Navy Yard, leading to assaults, robberies, and arrests. Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, people under 18 will not be allowed out past 8 p.m. in groups of 9 or more in these neighborhoods. This happening days after the D.C. Council postponed a vote on extending the emergency law allowing earlier curfews in areas plagued by teen takeovers. Traffic and weather next.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed? Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather. Classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
500 orders a month is managed.
I have company coming over, so I gotta shut down.
Embrace intelligent order fulfillment with ShipStation.
So I guess I'm playing cards. I was gonna take a nap.
Warehouse workflows, inventory, returns, and analytics in one place. When you
So
5 separate tools, ShipStation does in one.
4 people watching.
And rate shopping to ship up to 15 times more with up to 90% savings. Go to ShipStation.
Usually if I post a link,
audio to try ShipStation
somebody comes up.
Here's Ryan Dye in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Starting off on the southeast-southwest freeway, still seeing heavy jam-up delays coming off the 3rd Street tunnel heading out towards the East Potomac.
Yeah, Charlie, your little fucking girlfriend's waging war. She wants war. She's mad. I guess I'm supposed to like her. I don't know. Guess I don't have the option of thumbs down. All right, you can only go thumbs up on this person. If you go thumbs down, you're dirty, no good fucking scoundrel. Fuck you, Tiffany. Fucking stupid bitch.
Clouds 87 and scattered showers likely.